Houston, our instruments are showing that we have a incoming message from deep space. Repeat, Houston, we have an incoming message from deep space. Houston, we will begin playing message now. Houston, we're going to try and translate that up here. Hold for translation. Translation complete. We'll begin playing message now.
Hey, it's me, Melissa.
What do you do when the aliens invade? Take a shot of MK Ultra and watch Melissa Jade. Put on your tinfoil hat and tune right in. We got their crime spree, flat earth theories, government conspiracies, a complex Mandela effects, unidentified objects, a mind expanding, fake moon landing, what it all bends understanding. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa. Aliens is on the sun or in Area 51. Time travels, unravels, haunted castles, cops are baffled, potential experimental thoughts that make you transcendental. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa. Crime sprees, flat earth theories, government conspiracies, complex Mandela effects, unidentified objects, a mind expanding, fake moon landing, what it all bends understanding. It's me, Melissa. It's me, Melissa.
Hello, everybody. Hi, KPM. Hey, Little Red O. 87. It's not rocket science. Hippie Chick. Kimberly Wells. Nana Banana. Grateful Mama. Blue. Ron Swartz. Teresa. Forgets and Shiggles. I really like that name. Hey, Pointer Lover. Yay. Okay, let me see. Grateful Mama, Lunch Lady, Harlot People May, Jenny B, Crime Crochet Coiffee. We have Sarah Bellman. We have, let me see, Dawn, K-Braze, Debbie Doodles, Christy Casper. We have Brandy, Victoria Lee, Claudia, Kimberly Wells, B Crumbs. Hi, B Crumbs. We have Jenny B, Tracy, Night Stalker, Donna Barkley. Hi, Donna. Hey, Shakto. Hi, guys. How are you guys? How are you guys having a wonderful day so far? Hi, Shani Popstar. Hey, Shay Benet. Hi, Marina. I hope you guys are all doing wonderful. Hi, Carla. Did any of you guys Solo Suck. Did any of you guys watch the Chad Daybell hearing earlier? What were your thoughts? Definitely let me know if you did. You made a live on time. I didn't, Christina. Hey, Bryn. Thank you, Just Dawn. I'm so tired. But we're gonna keep on Tisha style. What are you having for dinner, Shakto? I made chicken bruschetta, but I forgot the red onion. But you already know that, so but it still came out superb. So it was yummy in my tummy. So yeah, hi Mrs. Bendover. Oh, bummer, I need more ink, but I am in Nevada. Like pen ink? Popeyes. Does anybody remember what was the name of that? I see you, Andrea Mitchell. Hi. Oh, tattoo. That would make more sense. That would make more sense. Yep. Because you could just go anywhere to get a pen. That would make much more logical sense. Hi, Jelly Phoebe. You watch Daybell, I think Boyce is right. Yeah. Popeyes. No. Does anybody remember what was the name of that chicken place? Damn, what was the name of that chicken place? Back when I was a kid. It came in a yellow. And it was the bomb, man. I don't remember. It'll pop up in my head. No, not Churches, not Bojangles, not Jim Dandy. I've never heard of any of those. Well, no, I've heard of Bojangles, I think. Not Chicken Basket, not Golden Chicken, not Long John's. Nope. Hey, Akasha. Not Chester Fried Golden Chick. I don't know where you guys are. Chicken Express. Nope. It was a yellow color. It was Pudgies. Oh my god. Sorry. Oh my god. Sorry. I deeply apologize. Holy shit. I am so sorry for anybody who's wearing headphones. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for anybody. I don't know why I just so aggressively screamed that at you guys. And I am so very sorry. But I got so excited. I got so very excited when I remembered. But I am so deeply sorry for anybody who is wearing headphones. But Pudgies. Does anybody remember Pudgies? Anybody? I'm so sorry, Waiter Lover, dude. And that was loud. Pudgies. It was Pudgies. Pudgies. And it came in a yellow freaking box, okay? And it was good. Because I don't like any of the fried chicken these days. It's too salty. Pudgies just blew my damn eardrum. I'm so sorry. Filing for disability tomorrow, hearing loss and all. I am so sorry. And I knew it the moment I screamed. Like, my face looked angry too. Okay? I don't know why I got so aggressive with that. Oh, man. We don't have Pudgies here in New York either anymore. Like, I've never seen it since I swear, the 90s. I just remember it as a kid. Okay? But yeah, I'm not big. Honestly, I'm not big on fried chicken either. It's too salty for me. Oh my god, little white crow. I hope you're okay. I have pudgyitis of the ear. I'm so sorry. Hi, Ryan. Oh, I get overly excited, man. I was just very happy that I remembered. That's it. I don't have a heavy New York accent, Solo. I like blackened chicken on the grill. I don't know what that is. Like burnt? I could manage that. I could manage that for you. I barbecued for the first time like last weekend, and shout out to Shacto and Meatfoot, because if it wasn't for them, I probably would have burned the whole place down. And it only took me 3 hours. So hail a cab for me. Cabs are here. We dropped Snooki in a ball on New Year's Eve, and that's when I lost all respect for New York. So Oh, is it like occasion? Oh, blackening spice. Okay, I thought you just meant burn it. Like, I can manage to burn it. I've never had blackened chicken, like if it's spices, so. And I don't think I've ever had Cajun style, period, actually, so. Listen, I did it. I did it. So, but now I know in the future, like Meatfoot said, to, what did she said? Like thoroughly soak the coals, right? For like 20 minutes or something. So that's what I'll do next time. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue with kites. And then second half, we're going to start to go through calls. B crumbs. Dude, Jersey Shore was a big thing. All right. It was that was a thing. All right. I've heard of Bojangles. I don't know. It's a chicken place, right? But we don't have those here. Hi, Kelly. You know what, Solo Sock? To be fair, my mom tricked me. And she's like, oh, you want to try this flatbread pizza? And I love veggie pizza. And I was like, sure. And, you know, it's one of those that you pop in the oven. And I ate it. And it was only after. And I was like, this is delicious. And then after, only after, did she tell me, haha, that was not bread. That was a cauliflower crust. And I felt so betrayed. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? That was disgusting. I all of a sudden did not like it anymore. But I felt so betrayed. But you know what? For real, though, I didn't even notice. But that made me feel even more ashamed of myself because I didn't notice. But maybe it's because it was a thin crust. I don't know. Maybe I didn't have high expectations because it wasn't delivery, it was DiGiorno. I don't know. But I didn't notice. Okay? I know, K-Breeze. Like, what else have you been lying about to me, Ma? Like, first, the cauliflower crust. Like, what else? My whole life was a lie. You sit on a throne of lies, Mom. I said hi, Ryan. Okay, so I know Elena. I'm like, give me the bread. I don't care about the carbs. Just give me the bread. It's a spiral of deception. I know. Hi, Tess. Bojangles is like Cajun fast food chicken place I've not seen since the 90s. Their dirty rice was very good, though. Ooh, don't talk dirty to me. Don't tempt me with a good time. Hi, Scout Inquirer. Okay, you're not late at all, Tess. We're just about to begin. So we're going to continue with the kites, and then we're going to transition into phone calls. And then with the calls, we're going to see if we're going to take the calls, and then we're going to see if we could pull up an incident report or a kite from the date of that call and see if there's anything significant that happened. Hey, Pinche, we missed you too. Oh, but we're so proud of you. That's amazing. You should be proud of yourself. Hi, Kathy 4. Okay. So yesterday with the kites, Leticia definitely went in the direction of, oh crap, I need to start to look crazy. And so she started putting on the performance. Continued, but really started as far as, oh, I'm going in the vampire direction. Hi, Mama 4. Started going in the vampire direction, documenting the blood in the cup, and Justice wants to eat the blonde girl's brain, things like that. So that's where we had left off yesterday. Allie, Mrs. Mom, Allie told me that somebody had suggested that she do it, and she's the one who told me I should do it. And so it was a great idea. So thank you. Dude, I love the challenge. I love the challenge, B Crumbs. All right. So continuing on, Leticia goes to the kiosk. Elena, thank you, Elena. That's so kind of you. And congratulations to anybody who received a membership. Make sure that you thank Elena. That is so very kind of you. Thank you, Elena. Congratulations to our newest members. Elena, you are so beyond kind and generous. Thank you so much. And welcome, Sharon. Sharon busted herself out. Sharon's like, yeah, I'm busting myself out. Welcome, Sharon. Thank you so much for joining. We're so happy to have you part of the channel with us. So Leticia goes to the kiosk, and Leticia says, I would like to speak to your manager. No, but really, she goes, I would like to speak to someone who is in charge as to why my requests have been denied for 6 weeks now. Congratulations, Mama 4. Thank you. And even dating back some since December. Okay. Leticia, you're in jail. Just make sure you're opted in, Shauna. We have so many generous people here. This is a really kind and generous community. So you are in jail. I know, isn't she? She's so super sweet. Ryan, what are you looking for? Can I help you with something? Are you lost? You could partake in the conversation, stay on topic, or you could let me know what you're looking for. Okay? So, hey, Carrie, you're in jail. What do you mean I'd like to speak to somebody who's in charge? What exactly does that mean? I'd like to speak to someone why your request has been denied for 6 weeks now. It would be great, Leticia, if you included in what context, to what request are you referring to? Tisha, thank you. And even dating back some since December. That, like, Tisha, my head hurts already. Glowbug, thank you, Glowbug, and congratulations again to anybody who received a membership. Make sure that you thank Glowbug if you received a membership from them. And I like now your avatar now. What does it say? Still here. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Glowbug. Hey, Rebellious Rose. Thank you so much. And congratulations to all the recipients. Woohoo! Yay, Jenny B. Congratulations. Hey, Slick Nikki. So, Kiosk responds, mental health will see you for a follow-up to address your concerns. Specific dates and times are not provided due to possible changes. Thank you. I love it, Glowbug. It's short and sweet. I really like it. Sarah Bellman. She got it. She got one. Shay got her Mama J. So Tisha goes, I still have not heard back from my last kite, and my chest pains are worse, etc. Wait, now on top of the IBS, on top of the constipation, on top of all of the stomach issues, on top of the TMJ, on top of the cracked tooth, on top of the hallucinations, on top of the sleepwalking, on top of the hemorrhoids, on top of the oozing finger, infected, oozing hot finger. Now you have chest pains. Oh, yeah, and the seizures. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mama 4. The seizures. And yes, Gannon did have significant wounds to his chest. That's a great point. And dry skin. Yes, Nightmare. Yes. And the insane dry skin. Her feet. She said her skin was falling off her foot. Okay? If you are having chest pains, then you need to be seen by medical. This kite will be forwarded to medical. Leticia, this is the first kite that in your previous kite, there was no mention of chest pain. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, head injuries from falling off the bed. Like, this is insane. Please, I've begged, or anxiety meds, and to do something about the nightmares. I have told mental health about the side effects I was having since December. I even asked several people if I could get on Zyprex again. I had my doctor in South Carolina to contact WellPath and spoke to someone in charge at an outside office. The secretary was told to have me send another kite and follow up and let her know. I've did video visits weekly with them, and I'm in need of help so I don't get delayed anymore getting out of this place. Will you please explain why this discrimination continues? I would like the reason documented. K. Oh, no, you did not. Just K. The kiosk. The only K in this room is kiosk. You don't K the kiosk. The kiosk K's you. What's the date of this? June 8th, 2021. I do believe she thought she could get out. I do. Especially earlier on. Hey, Crime Watch lover. Hey, Lily's Corner. And she's talking about reaching out to her doctor in South Carolina and spoke to someone in charge at an outside office. No, like, here again, here's the problem. It doesn't. What outside office, Tisha? The only thing that matters is here. Now that you're in jail, being diagnosed here, unless you were formally diagnosed and have that documentation and you could have it transferred over, but you weren't. Because if that existed, it would have come out during trial. Everything is discrimination. What do you think you're being discriminated against? See, you know what's amazing to me? Hey, Allie. You know what's amazing to me? Leticia lists 80 different things she thinks she's being discriminated for. Race, religion, everything, sex. Yet the one thing that she may be treated differently about is the fact that she murdered a child. And the one thing I could believe maybe she's getting shitty treatment every now and then for is being a child murderer. Yet never once do you have Leticia writing that down in her kites. She won't ever list that. Even the fact that I'm being discriminated because of what I'm charged with. It's not like she has to admit it, right? Even based off of what I'm accused of, she won't. She won't go anywhere near it. It's because I'm Jewish. It's because I'm female. It's because I'm black when you're not black. Everything you could imagine. Not that I'm charged with a horrific crime, though. And I could believe maybe there is, a CO that didn't give you your meal at the correct time, or like just little petty shit that, okay, I could believe that. But never once will you see that from Leticia. Because she will never take accountability. Exactly, JC. Right. Well, she'll document when other people say things, but she won't ever acknowledge it in regards to herself, if that makes sense. Like, there's always the distancing. Hey, Meatfoot. Thank you for your kite. Your concerns have been forwarded to the psychiatrist. I'm still waiting since the 8th, and it's the 24th. Thank you. Kiosk says, what is it that you're waiting on? Oh, shit. Mic drop. I love you, Kiosk. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry, Miss Stauch. What are you waiting for? I've been waiting since the 8th, and it's the 24th. Thank you. This is why you need to include context in your kites. You don't just continue off. Each individual kite is read by different people. That's what, I have it zoomed in, but to the left, as you can see, it's different people responding to the kites all the time. It depends on the day. So You need to include the context. Hi, Katrina. You need to include the context. That's why they always ask you to be specific while riding a kite. So what is it that you're even waiting on, Leticia? Hi, Java Dreamer. She doesn't even go here. But that's Leticia logic. Right, and the department. Is this a joke? I wrote on the 8th. And Clearl, you can see it because someone responded that my kite was forwarded to a site that was on the 8th. And it's the 28th. And I haven't heard anything. But now you are clueless yet again? Thank you for your kite. You are on the schedule to be seen by the psychiatrist. Specific dates and times are not provided due to possible changes. See, Leticia, perhaps, if you included in your original kite context, she would have been able to tell you that the first time. Of course, she's going to be clueless because you just said, I'm waiting. Waiting for what? Is this about medical? Is this about food? Is this about housing? Is this about Priya? What is this about? That is why you should have said, hello, I reached out on the 8th regarding a visit with psych. Can you let me know? I'm following up. Can you let me know if there's been an appointment scheduled? Sure, thank you. I see that you do have an appointment scheduled to be seen by the psychiatrist. I can't give you a specific date, but you are on the schedule. Bam. That's it. But no, that would be too easy. You just have to do it in your Leticia way. Hey, Michelle. She's trying to gaslight the kiosk is right. I saw the Psy 11 days ago, and he said, look for the anxiety meds on the cart, and still nothing on the cart. Medic said nothing was in the sit-dum or waiting from pharmacy. Please ask him. I'm struggling. Are you? You know who must have been struggling with severe anxiety every day of his life? Gannon. As he lived with his primary caregiver being a narcissistic abuser that would ultimately kill him. He struggled with legitimate medical issues on top of that. I can't imagine the anxiety he suffered every day of his life being a vulnerable child who could not take care of himself and depended on you to do those things for him. withholding his medication. Shame on you. So I don't want to hear anything about you struggling. If you have anxiety, maybe that's caused by your own actions and behavior. Oh, 100% Meatfoot. I think if we ever knew the full extent of the abuse that Gannon suffered, we would be horrified. I think the abuse goes so much deeper than we could ever possibly imagine, to a whole nother level. It wasn't just physical. I think it was an emotional, mental. I think she set out to humiliate him. Just to fuck with him, honestly. And we will never know. Medical said the meds were on the cart, but the written order disappeared. What is going on? Again, Leticia getting better medical care than our own veterans. How sad is that? How sad is that? Thank you, Java Dreamer, and congratulations to have received the membership. Thank you so much. All Leticia has to do is go to a kiosk and say, I want to see a doctor. I want to see psychiatrist, and she gets it. It's really sad. Hey, Jessie Lynn. All my meds have expired. Please renew. Thanks. Well, please thank him for his service, just on. And it's just, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, our own veterans can't afford to see doctors. You know, a lot of them cannot get in or have access to mental health services. Yet all Leticia has to do is go to a kiosk and say, I want to see a doctor. And you're put on the list. No problem. It's a shame. And she talks about, you're supposed to protect my mental health. Yet the men and women who fought for our freedom and fought, yet a child murderer gets better services. It's gross. Yeah, it's a whole other argument, Kate Braze. The psychiatrist has been informed. Again, specific dates and times are not provided. Thank you. My night meds have canceled. Can I get it renewed? Thanks. Leticia, your meds have not expired. Records indicate you received them this morning. However, I have requested a renewal for you. Leticia, it's 1:28 in the afternoon, so it's not even time for your nighttime. So you got your morning meds. yet you continue to go to the kiosk and claim your meds were canceled? Do you not think they have something? This isn't even food. This is something as serious as medication. You don't think they have that well documented? And they're just going to take your word for it? It's in I don't get it. I really don't get it. The anti-seizure med is making my IBS-C worse. I keep kiting medical and asking for help. I saw someone else got help through this avenue. I need some kind of fiber or something because I need the mental health meds too. So we've seen Leticia do this many times where she will refer to services other inmates are getting or diets other inmates are allowed to have. And it's clear that inmates talk and they help one another out by telling them, oh, this is what you got to do to get the best meals, or this is what you got to do to, find the loophole, or X, Y, and Z. And they don't give a crap what another inmate got. You shouldn't even be on anti-seizure meds to begin with, Leticia, because you don't have a seizure condition. You have not been diagnosed with a seizure condition. Kiosk says that's a medical issue. You need to kite medical. Perhaps talk to the med nurse as well. Hi, Jovi. Medical said I had to kite mental health to get my fiber renewed since I asked to get it due to the meds Keppra increases my constipation. Thanks. So when she's asking for fiber, and please, if anybody knows, is that like a diet change, or is that like just a pill fiber comes in? Hey, Doxy. Is it just a pill form that fiber can come in? A pill or supplement, Michelle? Okay, thank you. So Kiosk says the psychiatrist will be informed of this request. Specific dates and time are not provided. Thank you. MedCart said that my meds are expiring. Can you renew it, please? Your medications set to expire soon have been renewed. See how easy that is? No doctor's appointments, just something simple as going to the damn kiosk. She has it easier than us. I wrote and I asked for my meds to be renewed, but the MedCart said the Keppra, or however you spell it, is expired. A request for renewal has been entered. Thank you. I need to get my Keppra replaced because it caused bleeding and severe stomach problems. Please and thank you. Where did it cause bleeding? Are you suggesting it caused internal bleeding? Are you suggesting external bleed? Like the amount of bleeding. Now the med card speaks, Katrina. The amount of bleeding that Leticia is implying that she is suffering from, she would have significant blood loss. And she'd need a transfusion at this point. Her hemoglobin would be at a dangerous low level. Hi, Teacup Crankin. I don't know what's wrong with her asshole. We don't ask questions. Just believe her word. She's a medical anomaly. Touche. And when she got arrested, don't forget about that. It's just, ay. A kite Tommy gun is what they refer to these logs when an inmate is making it's a virtual log of an issue, whether it's medical, housing, food, etc. And that's what they referred to it as, a kite. Keppra is the name of a medication. Welcome, Kathy P. Happy to have you here with us. Thank you, Another Realm. So your request for an alternative to Keppra has been passed on to medical to evaluate. Thank you. And bleeding shouldn't be an issue, since you're a vampire and all, right, Vamtisha? Thanks, Daxie. Yeah, definitely hit that thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Oh, good point, Lil Red. I really need those meds changed, please. Leticia, how many times do you want? Oh my God. For real, like for somebody who doesn't have a history of documentation of these medical issues prior to getting arrested, you sure as hell demand a lot in jail. What do you think this is? How many times does she ask to be bounced around back and forth to a new medication? This, that. You know what I think she's doing, guys? Don't forget, there are inmates that do need certain medications and can't get those medications. And that's very valuable in jail. And the trading system, cash money isn't as valuable necessarily as actual product is. There might be a bigger demand for the actual product, and it doesn't have to be necessarily a product that'll get you high, versus if there's somebody who needs that to function, it doesn't matter if Keppra makes you high. Like if that's a medication that somebody actually needs and Leticia can easily get access to it, and that inmate has something else that Leticia wants, you could switch it. You know what I mean? Like if Leticia can easily get it, you switch it. You know what I mean? Hi, Chase. Sorry if I missed you. I did miss you because I only see Meatfoot's comments, so I'm assuming you're in here. Psychiatry has seen this request and referred it to medical, as Keppra is an anti-seizure medication prescribed through medical. Medical has you on their schedule to address that request. Please kite medical for updates. Thank you. Like, Tisha, know your role, know your place. I was prescribed Keppra by the mental health doctor. What are you talking about? It has to be in the records. Plus, my Remron increased. Miss Stauch, thank you for your clarification. I read your last kite, and I think what my colleague was attempting to convey is it does appear that this medication review is scheduled. It is currently in queue. Specific dates and times are not available due to possible schedule changes. Now fuck off. I'm kidding. Doesn't say that. Oh my goodness. Well, they're supposed to, Mama 4, but we've read from the prior incident reports and kites, and we've heard all about it. They do something called cheeking medications. So they will cheek a medication, which means they will put the medication and they will store it in their cheek, make it appear as though they take it, and then they will later take it out and wrap it up, and it'll be considered contraband. And it is disgusting and it's gross, but when you are in jail and you have no other way to get it, that is what you will take. They are fishing through the toilets. They are sending food and drugs through toilets, and people are eating that food. They don't care. Wait, between teeth? Wait a second. Wait a second, Katie, though. Hold on. What do you mean hide it between teeth? Do you have a gap big enough to fit a pill? Hold on. Like, or do you have a missing tooth? Just replace the if you have a missing tooth, you could just stick a pill there and make it make it appear as though it is a tooth. Or if you have a really big gap, you just wedge it in there and smile. Oh no, it's perfect. Ew. Oh man. Little chiclets, but it's like shorter than the other, and it has an A1. Like if you try to pass it off like a tooth, but it's shorter than the others, round, and it has like an A28 carved on it, and it's like, wait a second, that's not your tooth. Oh, oh my god, sorry. That's funny. Between your teeth. I'm lucky if I could get dental floss between my teeth. I don't know about a whole pill, man. Okay. Of 10 assholes. My nightmare meds was removed, and I take them. This is the wrong one. It was supposed to be the Keppra removed instead. Also, I kited several months ago and followed up several times about the Keppra being substituted, and I keep getting told I'm on a list. But people who kited after me had theirs changed, and now the wrong med is deleted. Please help. Thanks. See, she's keeping up with other inmates and the status of their meds. And that's interesting to me. That does stand out to me. Maybe these meds are for her. There's a good chance. But it is interesting to me that she is up to date with other inmates, their appointments, and when they're getting their meds changed too. Hey, Jay Ashley. Your concerns were passed along to the psychiatric provider. Thank you for your kite. Let me tell you something, Tisha. Do you know, for us civilians on the outside, us free people who have not murdered innocent children, it's very standard to have to wait months for an appointment. Did you know that? It's not so crazy. Can you increase my Prososcan from 4 milligrams to 5 milligrams? Because my nightmares have increased significantly. Thanks. So again, she's never satisfied. She's never satisfied. Those aren't nightmares. Those are flashbacks. Memories. Conscious. Guilt. It's not nightmares. Nightmares would imply that that's in a dream state. Hey, beach lover. Hey, Amy. You could try to numb that. You could try to hide from it. But it's always going to be there. Because that's just you. And you stuff them deep down into your subconscious. And it's going to sit there and it's festering. And you can't drown it out. You may be able to quiet it for a little bit, but it's going to fester and fester and fester and continue to grow and grow and grow and get louder and louder and louder. So good luck trying to run from it. Kiosk says, you are currently on the schedule with psych for a medication follow-up visit. Please bring this up at that meeting. Specific dates and times are not provided due to possible changes. Thank you. Hi, Michelle. I need clothes, please. I was sent into a disassociative state when I was falsely accused and sent into a trauma and crisis state that I do not remember, in which I was found not guilty for, by the way. I am getting sick with a cold, and because of the no clothes, I am being prevented from going to my law library appointments, in which I am pro se on my civil lawsuits. I was served this morning with paperwork that I need to respond to. I am okay. This onset was triggering because I was wrongfully accessed and sent into a disassociate state and found not guilty. Okay. One, what does one have to do with the other? How do these two things coincide? You could have requested clothes, but it seems like you just took the opportunity to document what you believed was you going into dissociative states that would be used as evidence in trial. How is getting you clothes going to help with a dissociative state that you had already allegedly experienced? She genuinely thought she was outsmarting the system, guys. And what is so hysterical is that she did move forward with the not guilty by reason of insanity defense. Not guilty by reason of insanity. Now, even with that defense, her lawyers had access to all of the incident reports and all of these kites, and they didn't use a single one. Leticia put in a lot of effort. All of those times she collected her blood in a cup, appeared like she was drinking it. She drew on the walls with the blood. She claimed there was vampires. She's hitting her head. She's typing up all these kites. She's putting in the energy to try to document what was going on. She genuinely believed this was going to get her off. She was going to walk out. Even her defense lawyers, going for not guilty by reason of insanity, looked at all of that and said, no way are we going to show this at trial, because this is doing the opposite. Showing these would not convince a jury that she's not guilty by reason of insanity. Showing these proves she's being calculated, that she is consciously making the choice to appear a certain way. And they knew it would only hurt her, because if what she said was true and she was experiencing what she was experiencing, these kites wouldn't exist the way that they exist, at least. You are scheduled to be seen by a mental health professional. Specific dates and times are not available due to possible schedule changes. Please practice patience while you are waiting for our appointment. Tisha. But okay. So now I'm gonna find a call for us to. Now, you guys know Allie's channel has all these calls over on Alex Erickson's. I'm going to drop her link. She has all the calls, all of the jail calls and the prison calls. And so please go over, make sure that you are subscribed. She has such amazing content over on her channel. And so I don't even know which one I'm going to pull up because I don't know like ahead of time which one it is. So let me try to Hi, Angie. I'm okay, Escape. Why wouldn't I be? Oh, congratulations, Allie, for hitting 17,000. Oh my God, I'm so proud of her. I want to go for, okay. Trying to go back. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm trying to go in order. Pretext calls. Okay. There's Allie. Allie, is it okay if I use, it's from the 2 months ago, and it's the October 20, so it's the first calls I see after the pretext calls. That's the one I'm going to go for. So again, all of these calls are available over on Allie's. Here's her link. Congratulations. Oh, sorry, Escape. I was on her channel and I was like looking. And so hold on, here I go. Boop, 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 boop. Do, 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 do. Oh, Kathy P. Allie has an amazing, amazing channel. If you enjoy true crime, you have to subscribe to Allie. She's one of the best true crime creators out there, for real. Okay, so October 2020. Okay, so this is all the way when. Wow. Okay, so this is all the way well in the beginning. January, March. So she was arrested March 2nd. So October Oh, 2020. All right. So while we're going through this, I'm also going to look in October to see October 1st. Let's see if we can find an incident report for October 1st too. Yeah, the first call. And then we'll see if we can find an incident report too. And this is to Aunt Katrina. So I'll put the CC on.
To tell mom, okay, and
Let's go ahead and hang on.
hey,
Hi.
honey, I missed you the other day.
It's okay.
I was teaching. Had a live Google Meet going, yeah.
Well, it's also interesting. Sorry to pause really quickly, but it's also interesting. This is when she still talked to other people outside of Aunt Brenda for a bit too, right? Because this is Aunt Katrina.
I cannot get one of those set up. Okay, and then Harley texted me yesterday, and she said, tell mom still no answer.
Well, I got it back now. I got the answer now.
Oh, okay, I'm
She had
sorry.
to download. She downloaded a texting app for it to work instead of using her number, which was fine.
Got you. Okay.
So I just talked to her, and she said that the people through the avenues had been looking for me, but I told her there's this girl in here with the same name, and so the girl was like all ecstatic about it because she was like extra stuff, and she was like freaking out. And I was like, I said, I bet you that was supposed to be for me. Sure enough,
Right.
it was. When I found out today, it was. But Harley's gonna
Who?
tell him. Harley's gonna tell him which side. Yeah, which side I'm on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, well, good. All right, well, good. That makes me happy.
Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe tomorrow I'll probably get something. But
It's frustrating. It's frustrating to listen to how, I don't want to say normal because normal is not the word, but how functional and how coherent she can be. And then thinking back to trial and how she was behaving with her head down and looking like Samara crawling out of the well, right? It was all a performance. But then as you get into the calls where she's even acting crazy to Harley, it's the most uncomfortable feeling. Like, and I like with Harley, I would have called that shit right out, you know? But that's also why I'd love to have somebody more experienced in the field on, because as a child being raised by somebody like that, I'm sure there's a reason why Harley doesn't, because her brain would be the product of somebody raised in that type of environment, and she probably from a very young age learned not to speak back or speak up. You know what I mean? But it's just frustrating listening to her act totally normal and fine and bubbly and this, and then her head down and she couldn't even look, like, oh.
Or you should know something.
yeah, well, saying like, so what happened was they've been given like, I was gonna eat, but they've been given this soy butter, like soy, and I'm not eating that stuff. So I was trying to get the message to that person. Remember the person that called you?
Mm-hmm.
The kitchen, like, you know, you have to to go through a couple avenues to get to the people in the kitchen. And then, anyway, so the other girl, her name is Leticia, spelled the same way, but it's like they say like Spanish Leticia. And so she got all excited. I was like, oh my God, I don't know. I'm like thinking, I said, I bet you money that was supposed to be for me.
Oh, so someone accidentally sent the wrong Leticia money. I don't believe that. Why do I not believe that? Maybe it happened, but I don't trust Leticia, and I would think that when it comes to sending money on the books, like sending an inmate money, I would think there's a bit more to the process than a first name, last name, inmate number, everything. Not just, oh, first name, you share the same first name. No, yeah, you're the only Melissa, so another Melissa. Oh, I could so easily just send it to the wrong Melissa. No, last name, inmate number. No. Because again, she would have only been here not that long. So I could see her totally lying very easily and be like, oh, I didn't get it. It went to the other Leticia. It went to, spelled and she overcompensates when she lies, right? It's spelled the same way, but it's pronounced this way, the Spanish way, I was joking around, and she got my money. No. That's not how it works. No. Leticia, are you lying? Are you lying, Tisha?
No.
Yes.
No, sir. I mean, John, no.
Yes.
No, sir. I mean, John, no.
Oh, it looped there. So we got two. Jim John Doe knows. But yeah, right? Oh, listen. I know you meant to send it to me, but listen, there's actually another Melissa in here, and it's spelt the same way, 1 L, 2 S's, but it's actually pronounced Malicia, and she got my money, and I was like, yo, Malicia, that's actually my $200. So I didn't get the $200 you guys sent. Malicia has it down in A2. So I'm not going to be able to eat or have clothes or anything. Malicia got it. Sure, Tisha. That makes total sense. Obsessed with the Matt says, and the app for adding money is not just for one jail, it's for the jails across the country. Yeah, see? And look, we've gone through the commissary list, guys, and stuff. You see how detailed that is. You see how detailed it is. Like, are we supposed to believe that they don't have this thoroughly documented for every inmate? Oh no, I'm sorry. This wasn't this Leticia shebangs. This was Leticia's shebangs. I'm so sorry. I got them confused. Come on.
Oh, it's like crap.
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was like, that, what does she mean?
Yeah, that's what she was talking about. I guess the lady hadn't written back yet because she was going to tell him, he was going to tell the other person, he was going to tell the other person. There's like 3 people to go through.
Okay. So,
like, guys, they have connections to everything. You know what I'm saying? Girls, we don't mean anything to the system. I'm not a drug addict, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
This is like a rehab here. Go ahead.
Have you met with anybody lately?
If you're not a drug addict, you don't matter. See, this is a narrative we hear often from Leticia. In all of those incident reports, even in the kites, drug addicts. It's a trigger. I can't be around a drug addict. Can't be around drug addicts. If you're not a drug addict, you don't matter. Leticia, I'm sorry, but you're not fooling anyone, and I see that projection a mile away.
No,
Why not?
it's out of my hands. There's no point of ever. I'm not going to say anything anymore. I'm not going to give them any reasons why. I'm not doing it anymore. It's out of my hands. I've done everything I'm supposed to do by letting them know. I've updated them for 7 months about everything that goes on, and stuff. I'm not stressing about it anymore to get these people to listen.
That men are not coming to tell you, or you just don't want to?
No, I'm just saying I don't know anything. That's all I can say is I don't know anything, and I'm not gonna say anything anymore. I accepted the fact that I was reading my Bible yesterday about Jesus being put on trial with Pilate, and he was found innocent.
Bible? Do Jewish people read? Well, no. I'll correct myself. They do. I'll correct myself. But what religion were you at this time, Tisha? What religion were you at the time of this call, Tisha? Come on. And you're not talking to anybody, girl. You talked enough for a lifetime. Seriously.
Innocent. Look what still happened. All illegal. They did it during the Passover. They did it during the hours that were against Jewish religion. So I'm not going to complain about the suffering of it anymore because these people don't have control of authority. Authority is in the power of him. And that's how I'm leaving it.
Okay.
Because that's just how it's going to have to be because there ain't nobody fixing this problem but Jesus. Because these people think they're above the law and above God. There ain't nobody fixing it but him.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. These people think they are above the law and above God. Coming from the child murderer who has tried to escape jail and prison multiple times. Leticia, you haven't even been held accountable yet. Your accountability happens once you no longer walk this earth. I can assure you that. Justice for Gannon starts once you're no longer here. So you're damn right. I don't care if you believe in God, Allah, Buddha. I don't care what higher power you believe in, but you will be held accountable. Judgment Day is coming for you.
I understand.
That's how I watched these people yesterday not feed this one girl. She's a number something. But then if you just go lunch, then if you just go dinner, they kept getting her food wrong. That girl be on that. She didn't eat lunch or dinner yesterday.
Oh, a poor inmate didn't eat her lunch and dinner yesterday. Do you know how often? I can tell you how often that happens for me all the time. Anybody in the chat, can you think of a day recently where you've gone lunch or dinner that you haven't eaten because you've been busy, because you've been broke, because you've been stressed? Who cares? Because you have your freaking your meal order wrong. I don't care. You're lucky you get a meal. Gannon never gets a meal again. Shame on you. Shame on you. There's plenty of innocent people who have never murdered a child who can't afford a meal. You have gotten much more than you ever deserve.
They freaking, they took razors from people in here. Like, we don't even came to have a razor to shave.
Yet, you don't have a razor to shave, yet I've seen your gray ass legs. Who was here when I showed you the photo of her gray ass legs? And what did I say? I zoomed up close because I'm weird like that. And I said, wow, actually, for somebody in jail, I don't see any leg hair. Who was here? Who was here when I said that? Because I'm weird and I notice those things. I said, actually, her legs are shaved. Surprisingly, I don't see any leg hair. So you cut that out. The head on your hair head, unkempt. I don't know what's going on with that. Your head hair is about to account for your leg hair because they're about to be one and the same, growing into one another. But your legs, your gray ass legs, were bare. But your toenails, you should focus on that because they were talons. You had talons. Those were weapons. Those were shanks. So why don't you worry a little bit less on the leg hair that can account for warmth in the winter and focus more on just overall hygiene. Because hair is not synonymous with being uncleanly. You can have body hair and be clean. But you are not properly cleaning yourself because you were not properly cleaning yourself prior to being arrested. And in your own kites, you're admitting to going 20 days without showering. So you cut that crap out. I don't even think she'd be capable of clipping her toenails. Honestly, I'll be honest, because when they get to that length, they also thicken, guys. When they grow that long, they also thicken. And that is the type of nail that if you even tried to cut it, it would fucking blast across the room and it would cut skin. It would break skin if it hit you. That thing would be sharp as fuck, okay? And God forbid if you couldn't find it and you stepped on it, it would go through the sole of your foot. You need goggles if you ever clip those nails.
They do some shady stuff, man. I'm not the only one they do it to. I'm the one that's most scrutinized and done the worst.
Oh, you want to talk about shady stuff? You want to talk about shady stuff, Miss Letecia fucking Stauch. You know what? I don't even need to list it. I know you guys know. If you know, you know.
By a long shot. But there's nobody solving this problem here but Jesus. This is a rehab. That's the thing. If you're not an addict, then you don't belong here.
Why don't you sound very judgmental for a child murderer? Doesn't she? You sound mighty fucking judgmental for somebody who at this point in time is awaiting trial for murdering a child? Guess what? You can be an addict and not be a piece of shit. Addiction does not discriminate. You can be a doctor and be an addict. You could be a judge and be an addict. You could be a lawyer and be an addict. You could be a teacher and be an addict. You could be a police officer and be an addict. Addiction does not discriminate. But Miss Child Murderer over here seems to like to judge everybody else, yet can't even look in the damn mirror and hold herself accountable.
Because this is a drug rehab center. They come around, they bring you a little Gatorade card, they give you insurance, they give you whatever you need. You can have all the track marks you want in the world on your body. But you don't do drugs, you don't belong in here. They don't give a crap whether you live or breathe. Because that doesn't keep them in a job. What keeps them in a job is the drug addicts reoccur, do more and more crimes, and keep coming back.
Now listen, I will acknowledge that there is a major epidemic going on, and I will acknowledge that drugs run rampant in prisons and in jails, and that is a serious issue. And I do understand that. I do believe that certain things aren't cracked down upon because, yeah, to be honest, there has to be a supply and demand because it makes up a lot of the economy. That's terrifying, but it's the truth. That's why a lot of things aren't changing. But, Leticia, you have no right to say anything. You have no right to say anything. Because she's walking around jail with her nose up in the air looking down on everybody else. You are the lowest there.
So I've been in prayer a lot about it, and this is what has been put upon my heart and my mind about my thought process about it. And it's just like, I'm not going to tell them anymore. They got people in here that they've been bringing, they quarantining people now in this ward. They had this girl in 38 now. When the vents connect all the way around. Now, she was quarantining herself, but you can talk through the vents. So don't you think the air goes through the vents?
Yeah.
I mean, they brought these plates this morning. I am not touching that food. They brought these plates that were open, the plates sitting on top of each other, these trays, these ancient trays that have been 40 years old.
Then don't fucking eat it. Nobody cares, Tisha. You're in jail for murdering a child. They brought us these plates that were touching each other. These plates were 40 years old. They were ancient. You're lucky you have food. Once again, there are veterans who fought for our freedom, who are homeless, living on the street, who get no meals. They're literally, I see them all the time in the city. They pick up the half-eaten slice that someone just tosses in the trash, and they'll go right up and they'll pick it up and they'll finish it. Shame on you. You get so much more than you deserve. You go to the kiosk, you say, my teeth hurt, soft dental diet. You go to the kiosk, you say, I'm having nightmares. Let's give you those medications. You go right to the psych. I want to talk to somebody. Okay, we'll schedule you a visit. Ooh, I can't poop. Okay, let's give you a medication. You get better than most people who have not committed crimes get.
Plastic, you can't sanitize plastic, first off. And then on top of that, though, everything's just sitting there on top of each other in these open big old trays. Nah, man. They just trying to kill people. That's what they're doing. Spread diseases, germs. Nah.
They're just trying to kill people. That's what they're doing. Coming from the murderer. Coming from the murderer. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. They're just trying to murder us. Completely lacks any self-awareness. Thank you so much, Honey M, for being a member for 2 months. Boost bar! I forgot about that. But thank you so much, Honey, for being a member and for your support and being a part of the channel. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, she needs some jail justice, right? Hell yeah.
But you think all that going on in this one ward, that you put 2 and 2 together, you know why I probably ain't been nowhere, no visits or nothing. They don't have time for that stuff. Then they have to shut down these wards, and then they have a riot going on in here because they have to shut down this ward with these people.
Yes, because in Tisha's mind, she is so important that they want to single Letecia out, refuse to let her have any visits, any calls, despite her being on a call right now. But never mind that. Let's not focus on that. It's not the fact that there was a pandemic going on and everything was flipped upside down. And so all visits were no longer happening. And there was a whole new procedure for all inmates. And all of a sudden, they only did virtual visits. Everything was crazy at this time. Not just for you, Letecia, for everyone. And you were told this multiple times.
They lose their visitation. Then they lose, like, they got a video thing on the screen. They ain't want nobody to have to get the whole board, board to get locked down so they can take people out of here. That ain't happening. That starts a riot up in here, and it won't stop for hours and hours. So, but you just gotta think about, like, all that going on and how I'm not an addict. I'm not going to get preferential treatment, so I'm not going to take any visits. I'm not going to get, whatever.
I'm not an addict, so I'm not going to get preferential treatment. Let that sink in. I'm not an addict, so I'm not going to get preferential treatment. She really believes it. Only addicts get preferential treatment. She believes if she was in active addiction, which I beg to differ, but if she was in active addiction, she would be treated so much better in jail. The mind of Letecia is a terrifying place, Elena, a terrifying place.
Mm-hmm. So you're not refusing them, though?
I'm not refusing anything. I'm not going to get injured. gonna get pushed around like happened. They came and did that report, and the other officer wrote it 5 days later. Now that was it for me. That was it. You get drugged in shackles or restraints down a hallway and have injuries like that. That was it for me. I told him, you're not going to injure me anymore. I'm not doing it. I don't deserve it. I'm on lockdown for no reason with all these lockdown people. So my behavior don't warrant any of that.
Your behavior don't warrant any of that. And the lie detector determined that was a lie. Because, girl, you can bullshit these people on these calls all you want. Yet we've seen the incident reports. We've seen the kites. We know exactly what your behavior was. And you are not a model inmate. You, I don't even know how to describe Leticia, but you are somebody who absolutely gives non-stop issues. Non-stop issues.
These people here, like all these other girls from these other wars, they're crazy. They treat these deputies like crap. They talk junk to them. They spit at them. They do all that stuff. I'm the one on lockdown that can't even order a candy bar. And the other one,
oh, Tisha wants a candy bar. Does Tisha really need, really? You want a candy bar? Is that what you're complaining about, Leticia? Tisha wants a Snickers. Tisha wants a Snickers. You pig. You deserve no luxuries. You don't get to indulge on anything. But you got your Snickers, right? As you claim you were losing 26 pounds. What was the reality of the situation, Tisha? Let's ask good old Aunt Brenda.
You were big. I'm serious. You look big.
I only weighed 140 something.
Well, you look humongous. But anyway, darling, I know it's time for us to go. I'll holler at you later. I love you.
You got your Snickers. You got more than enough. You deserve water, toilet water, and bread. Stale, off-brand, just the end pieces bread. Whole wheat. Just enough to survive. Because Gannon never gets to experience anything. Never will eat, never will drink, never will sleep, never will play. Nothing. You took that. So while you're sitting here bitching and complaining that you don't get a candy bar, he's gone. He's gone.
Strange around this place for no reason. They threaten the cops. They throw up gang signs. They put their gun marks up like they're going to shoot people with a gun.
What?
Yeah, they do it to me. Yeah.
They shoot people with guns the same way You got shot in the gun. You got shot with a gun in your leg, right, Tisha? The same time you accidentally shot Gannon because you thought it was a caped intruder and you were trying to protect the kids. Except you weren't shot at all, were you? Do you still talk to Aunt Katrina, Letecia? No, you don't. Aunt Brenda, you need to wake up. Wake up. Get these incident reports. Get these kites. Listen to the phone calls back and realize what she's doing.
The guards or the other inmates?
The inmates threw it to the guards and to other inmates.
And nothing's done to them?
No, that one girl was down here last night yelling at the girl upstairs and told her, don't worry, as soon as we get out of here, I got a bullet for your brain. And so they start yelling about free speech. Honey, that ain't free speech. That's called a threat. You know, those two girls are going after it. The cops ain't going to do anything to them because they know.
Oh, a threat? Yet you actually followed through, right? How can somebody who has done what she has done ever complain about somebody making a threat like that and then say, you guys aren't doing anything to protect us? Look what you're in there for. Like, my mind is just blown. I'm sorry, but like my mind really is just blown. I don't understand it. I really don't.
So they'll all ride out, and then you'll have 20 people banging on doors trying to break out and break the glass. And so you have to choose your battles, you know, like.
So what you're saying, Letecia, is that you're in there with a bunch of animals, like yourself. When you act like an animal, you will be locked up like an animal. And I hope as you're watching everyone else around you act like animals, that's indicative to you of who you are and your own behavior. You are an animal. That's you. That's your behavior.
Kids, you know, and all that goes on, but I have to get restrained around here. No, they would not do me like before.
Right. Hang on a minute, buddy. Right.
Oh, I was going to tell you, when Sean got that Bible, she broke down crying. And
well, good.
She stayed up all night for 2 nights reading on it. And this is what she wanted to be. Actually, we were doing a study yesterday, and we were trying to find somebody to look it up for us. Maybe you can tell me next time. So, like, you know, in Matthew, the beginning of Matthew, when it talks about Jesus being a baby, there's King Herod, right? And then King Herod dies, right? But then if you look in the book of Luke, it's only in the book of Luke, it talks about King Herod being there doing the crucifixion. So we're trying to figure out, how did King Herod die twice? Because if there's 2 King Herods, it never mentions anything in the Bible about it transitioning over to like his son or something like that. So we were wondering if someone could find out for us, like, what biblical scholars say about it, you know?
I am curious how devoted she was in her religion prior to being arrested. And I don't know, you know, like, so if anybody else knows, you know, like, please educate me, because as far as I know that she referenced it a couple of times in her emails back and forth to Al, where she would say, you know, like, we really need to turn to Jesus. We really need to turn to God. We need to pray. But I don't remember them going to church or her like seeing anything in the social media about it. So is this something that like she did after being arrested? Like, so if anyone can tell me, I'd love to know, because when did this newfound interest in the religion come? I know Al was more, but did they go to church weekly? Like, you know what I mean? Alina. Thank you, Elena. Again, thank you so much. And congratulations to our newest members. Elena is always gifting memberships. Make sure you say thank you to Elena if you received a membership from her. Thank you so much. And congratulations to anybody who may have received it. She is knowledgeable and Liberty University is Christian. Okay, yeah. I think they actually did attend church like week, because I know that Al was, but my curiosity is, was Leticia to his level, or did she kind of just go along enough with him, or did she actually have like a legitimate passion for her religion? Al was more, that's why Leticia would use religion to manipulate him. That's what I was picking up. I think so. Gannon was very active in his church group. See, I always figured it was part of her life, but it was more so because it was bigger in Al's life. So she kind of just, like, if she wasn't with Al, I don't think she would have followed through. Like, put it this way, prior to marrying Al, when it was just her and Harley, was it an active part of her and Harley's life, or did it come about more when she got married? Like, was it Al pulling it along? I do remember Katrina saying, you devoted your life to God and look where you are. Yeah, okay. Thank you. That's interesting. Well, Violet, you would be green right now. And in the chat, it should say who the memberships were gifted to. But if you were gifted a membership, it also does send you an email to the Gmail account that's associated to your YouTube account. But you would be green right now if you were a member. But make sure that you're opted in. You have to be opted in to at a chance to receive a membership when they are gifted. I am, Akasha.
King Herod, when he was crucified.
No, okay. So King Herod died in the book of Matthew, right? When Jesus was a baby, right? If you go to Luke, whenever Pilates and Caesar, all that's talking about the crucifixion.
Alina. Thank you, Alina. Again, just get to... You are now a member, Violet. Thank you so much, Alina. Alina gifted another 5 memberships, and she got Violet. Thank you so much, Alina. You're so kind. And she got you, Violet. So congratulations. You are officially a member. You are green now. You are. Alina just got you. So congratulations. We're so happy to have you part of the channel and as an active member with us here. Thank you so much, Alina. You're so sweet.
And Herod goes, this is the man Jesus. I've been waiting to see him. So King Herod's alive again.
No, but Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are all written at the same time. Hang on.
They are, but they're written by different people, because only Matthew and John were written by the actual people. Mark was written by Peter's account. But the point we're trying to make is one of them talks about King Herod dies when Jesus was a baby, when they were trying to... Remember when he tells them, the man who sees the baby's life is no longer there, he's not alive, and it says King Herod's death? That's in Matthew. But then when you go to Luke, it's got in there about when he comes before Pilate and all that. It says that King Herod's there talking to him and it's like, this is the man Jesus. I've been waiting to see who he is.
Michelle.
So he could be seeing him then with his crucifixion.
Oh, Elena, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just wondering.
I'll look into that and try and figure it out.
Yeah, we were trying to figure it out because we were going back and forth about, well, because we knew that, Luke was written not by Luke. You see what I'm saying?
I honestly don't know. Like, I took history of the Bible in college for a semester, but we basically broke down and it was Genesis. So we broke down all of the stories in Genesis. So I don't know it like how she knows it. She clearly has basic knowledge. But that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of people when they're arrested or in prison find this newfound relationship with God. Sometimes it's genuine, sometimes it's not. Okay, so she's quoting the New Testament. Okay, that would make sense. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not really familiar with everything she's saying because we broke down Genesis. So, which was really, honestly, it was really interesting when I took that semester because it was all scandal. It was sex and murder and it just chaos in the Bible, honestly. So I was like, what the hell is this? Like, drugs, just crazy. I love that Crime Crochet Cafe. The devil knows the Bible front, back, and sideways. It means nothing. And the devil was the best angel, right?
It was all the accounts that people gave Luke, different people's perception wrote Luke. And so we were going through, we're like, okay, Matthew was wrote to the Jews, Mark was wrote to the Romans, Luke was wrote to the Greeks and the Gentiles. So we were trying to figure out maybe it had something to do with that, but then it still was a big age gap difference between Herod dying when Jesus was a baby and Herod dying when Jesus was, or Herod being there when Jesus was getting crucified. So, I mean, it's probably two different Herods, but we just didn't ever see anywhere in the Bible that talks about, like another man took over, like his son or something, you know what I mean, with the same name.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, that was that.
Mark.
Okay. I'll have to go through that.
Yeah. I think today we're going to start reading.
Does not seem interested at all.
Harley said she was reading out of Job today. She called it Job. I said, Harley, it's Job. She said, Mom, I've been reading out of Job. She said, I've been reading out of Job. And I said, what's Job? She said, that's the Bible. I said, Job. Yeah, and she was telling me about some projects she had coming up with the middle school kids and all this stuff. She was excited about that. She was fine now. She was just said she was just tired and everybody was stressing, like,
You have 1 minute remaining.
The work page or the marketing page for her work and all that stuff too. And I said, you got to remember. I said, you got to sometimes slow down and make sure you're always keeping God first and making sure you're keeping that time for Him because that.
You're telling Harley, now you got to remember, you got to always make time for God and keep God first. I'm sorry. Did you? When you were typing in to Google, I don't like my stepson, were you keeping God first? When you typed into Google, is my stepson's mom going to send me a Valentine's Day card? since I raised him? Were you putting God first? How about arterial bleed can't control? Were you putting God first, Leticia? Or how about when you pulled out your phone and recorded Gannon in his most vulnerable moment, in pain, suffering, wounded? You could have stopped then. You could have turned to God and you could have stopped. Did you turn to God in that moment? How about when you put his body in a suitcase and then traveled with his decomposing body across the country with your child and made her culpable in it? Did you put God first? How about when you taunted his father and led him to believe his child was alive? And you told him that you were the only one who wasn't going to give up hope, and that you were going to remember that box that he made, that box that Gannon made for his future son. Because Gannon was going to grow up one day and be able to give it to his son, all while knowing you chucked his body off of that bridge. Did you put God first? I'm telling you guys, so many cases I've been through, so many cases I've deep dived, I've researched, but there's something about this. I don't want to call her a woman. She's not a woman to me, but this thing, this person, she's different. Because it wasn't even just the act itself that makes her so evil. It's everything she did after. It's everything to this day that she does. And it's the absolute zero self-awareness, zero accountability, zero remorse. And let me be clear, I have seen murderers with no remorse before. But it's the openly taunting. And I've seen like flipping the middle fingers, fuck you, this. No. But this is like a slow, torturous taunt on a very intimate level, if that makes sense. On a very intimate, slowly taunting, poking, non-stop. And I think what makes it worse is that from a maternal figure, she had the maternal role. She wasn't mom, but she was stepmom and she was primary caregiver. And this is as evil as it gets. I'm telling you, if you could do what she did, but not just the act, but to do what she has done after, her brain needs to be studied. because I think what makes Leticia different, and I'm going to be honest, I think it's the society we're growing up in now. And bear with me, because I think what makes Leticia stand out to me is I think Leticia is a product of the society and the world we're living in now. And with technology and everything that we have today, and then take the personality and everything that she has, it created this monster. But I've told you guys this many times before. I see a lot of traits in Leticia that I have seen before in women. I've seen women lie about things I've seen Leticia lie about. I've seen women say things I've seen Leticia say. I don't think it's just a mental illness Leticia has. Like, I don't think it's just, oh, wow, like, yeah, you know, like, I could sum it up and I could chalk it up to, like, no, I think, and that's what terrifies me, like, I think this is, like, just personality, and enough factors came in and created this, which needs to bring awareness, because that means it could happen to many other people under the right circumstance. But this is her, not, oh, I have this mental illness. Yeah, her brain is fucked up, don't get me wrong, but not fucked up she doesn't know what she's doing. That's her personality. I think she has personality disorders.
That's what keeps you going.
Yep.
And so she was a lot better today, and so that was good. Because I talked to her yesterday. I said, Harley, I said, you got to remember, you had a mom who did everything for you and who was there for you with love. I said, a lot of people.
Oh, Harley, let me remind you, as I sit in jail awaiting my trial for murdering your younger stepbrother, you had a mom who did everything for you your entire life. Do you need me to remind you that? You had a mom who was there for you always and did everything for you. And don't you dare try to throw in my face that I'm sitting in jail. Don't you dare try to use that as an excuse. I did everything for you. I see this again. Again, do you see this? Has zero accountability or awareness for the impact that any of this has had on her child. Not even for her own blood. This goes beyond just Gannon. She has zero awareness for how this has affected her own child. The impact, the emotional damage, the trauma, the devastation, the destruction this would do to her own child. Put to the side if she hated her stepchildren. This is now your child, and she can't even grasp it. Let me remind you, Harley, you had a mom who did everything for you, who was always there for you and always loved you. Don't you ever forget that. Refuses to acknowledge the circumstances and the situation for what it is. So again, whenever anybody asks, do you think she will ever tell the truth? No. She cannot tell the truth because she cannot be honest with herself. How do you expect Letecia Stauch to ever tell the public what happened to Gannon, what she did to Gannon, when she can't even to herself acknowledge the situation for what it is? She refuses. It's not that she can't. Let me be clear. She won't. And that's the difference. That's why I say I don't think this is more mental. This is more personality. It's not that she can't. She won't. This is a choice. She knows damn well what she's done. But she chooses not to see it.
People didn't get both of that. You had the lifestyle and the mom. So some people don't get a mom that gets to take up time with them or go on a picnic or do this and show them love. And so I talked to her a little bit about that. She's like,
you had the lifestyle and the mom. A lot of people don't get the mom that shows them love. Most kids don't get the mom that shows them love. You are blessed, Harley. You are lucky. Don't you ever forget that. Coming from the stepmom who brutally overkilled her stepchild. But don't you ever forget how lucky you are, Harley, to have a mother like me. That is what goes on in Leticia's head. She is the best mother those kids could have asked for. And in her warped, twisted mind, she's justified.
I know. I was like, it's okay. But anyway, all right, it's going to hang up, so I'll talk to you later then. But yeah, if you find that out for us, we'll be able to talk about it next time with them or whatever. And I'm still waiting on the specialist to come in to let me sign that paper. That's all I'm waiting on that.
Okay.
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 I'll talk to you later.
Aunt Brenda didn't seem to be too interested in what Letecia even really had to say. Now, eventually, Aunt Katrina stopped talking to Letecia. I'd be really interested to know, like, because for the family members who did initially speak to her, like Aunt Katrina, I'm curious, like, what specifically was the moment that it was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I'm curious. So I'm going to pay attention to the time frame of when it stopped those communications. But all right. So tomorrow when I come on, we'll continue and we'll go for call number 2 and call number 3, depending on how long they are. So I'll stop it there, but thank you all so much for being here with me. I absolutely love spending the time with you. I love talking about this case with you guys and hearing your guys' thoughts and feedback. I just really am so interested and intrigued by it. And, you know, of course, I enjoy having the laughs just by how ridiculous Letecia could be. But at the same time, I really am fascinated by her mind, and it's just very different and it's very unique in my opinion. And I really just enjoy discussing it with you all. And so thank you so much for just spending the time and choosing to be here with me. And I really do appreciate it. And so I will schedule tomorrow's live for episode 39. And so I hope you all attend, and I will see you all tomorrow. So thank you for anybody who gifted memberships or sent a super chat. Your support is so greatly appreciated. I will drop Allie's link again. All of these calls are available over on Alex Erickson's channel. If you are not already subscribed, what are you doing? Go over and subscribe. She has an amazing channel. I also see ATS News was in here. ATS News has an absolutely amazing channel as well. I know that she did a live on the Long Island serial killer, and so definitely go check that out. I also shared that out on my community tab if you are interested in that. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your night. Hit the thumbs up on your way out if you can, and I will talk to you all soon. I will see you all tomorrow.